This video short highlights how GBVIMS coordination works, including sharing good practices on the successful coordination of the GBVIMS, and this to ensure the safe and ethical collection, storage, sharing, and analysis of the GBVIMS data. So why is coordination so important when it comes to GBVIMS? Coordination is a key element and effective strategy for the successful implementation of the GBVIMS. Because the GBVIMS rollout typically involves several different actors collecting data and one coordinating agency to combine the data and promote interagency analysis, coordination is crucial to the success of the GBVIMS. The GBVIMS is based on a participatory process where NGOs and UN agencies are equally represented. Data are collected by DGOs, who are service providers, for the purpose of informing GBV actors on how to improve the overall GBV response. Good coordination should contribute to maintaining a sense of ownership by its member over the GBVIMS. It also ensures that the ethical consideration of GBV data sharing are safeguarded by their members. GBVIMS coordination also helps to encourage GBV and other sectoral actors to take action upon the GBV trends identified. It also helps to promote risk reduction measures and advocacy. Overall, the whole process of GBVIMS rollout fosters trust building among actors and contributes to improving coordination. GBV actors, both NGOs and UN agencies, who are signatories of the Information Sharing Protocol, should come together at least once a month as part of the GBVIMS working group. They talk about how the process is going, any concern they might have in order to ensure collective decision-making process and make sure that everybody has a voice in the rollout process. The GBVIMS working group is set up, and the coordinating agency will convene regular meetings, monthly or quarterly, depending on the context, and this to discuss the consolidated statistics shared and discuss trends and proposed activities in line with the GBV coordination activities. It is recommended to organize the GBVIMS working group meetings on the same day as the GBV subcluster or working group meetings, to agree on the data that will be shared and to present the trends. The meetings are also a platform to discuss new partners who want to join the rollout, external data requests, changes to the ISP, or changes to the tools. In reality, most GBVIMS working group members are part of the GBV coordination structure, but not all the members of the GBV subcluster working group or task force, depending on which context we work in, are part of the GBVIMS working group. The GBV coordination structure doesn't have decision-making power over the GBVIMS working group, as the data comes from the GBVIMS actors only. Therefore, it justifies that there is a separate forum for GBVIMS actors. However, it is important to ensure that linkages are established between the GBV subsector or working group and the GBVIMS working group. This in order to be able to bring GBVIMS data before the steering committee or working group members in order to take action in terms of programming and advocacy to improve the GBV response based on the trends identified. At the global level, the GBVIMS steering committee, who is composed of senior GBV members of UNFPA, UNICEF, UNHCR, IMC, and IRC, supports in-country GBVIMS working group and actors and help them to make decisions whenever needed, for example, if there is a breach in the protocol. Primary users of the GBVIMS are the key staff. They are those engaged in the data collection, such as psychosocial or medical staff, or data entry, compilation, or analysis staff. They are trained on the GBVIMS by their focal point, who provide them with ongoing support. They collect the information that is subsequently compiled, analyzed, and shared among GBVIMS organizations. GBVIMS focal point within data gathering organization or UN agencies are responsible for understanding the entire GBVIMS and how it should be implemented and maintained. They are the go-to person for their organization. They are responsible for the day-to-day implementation, maintenance, and quality control of the GBVIMS. The focal points are train the key staff within their organization on those aspects of the GBVIMS that are relevant to their duties. They also are those attending the GBVIMS working group meetings and supporting the data analysis process. For UN agencies, the focal points will be present at the GBVIMS meetings and provide technical support to the partners on the tools. They are part of the coordination structure since, although they are not data gathering organization, they usually lead GBV response and need to be kept informed on the trends and contribute to their analysis and programmatic or advocacy decisions. It is particularly important that focal points are chosen carefully and participate in the coordination and the overall GBVIMS as GBV focal point. The GBVIMS coordinator is the person who facilitates the process of the GBVIMS rollout in a country. We will further discuss its role in the next slide. At the global level, the steering committee supports the rollout of the GBVIMS in all countries, mostly through the technical team, which is composed of technical specialists from all 5 agencies and organizations. They support countries facing issues in the rollout and implementation. They maintain the fidelity of the system and promote best practices around information sharing through GBV service provision. They also act as a clearinghouse for lesson learned in order to ensure that tools are regularly updated according to country-level experiences. Now let's look more in depth at the role of the GBVIMS coordinator. Sometimes this role is fulfilled by non-dedicated staff, such as a GBV information management specialist or GBV coordinator. However, it is recommended to ensure that a national dedicated staff is allocated for this role. The GBVIMS coordinator will have terms of reference explaining his or her role and responsibility. He will also have a work plan which is approved by the actors involved in the rollout. There are 3 main functions that every GBVIMS coordinator needs to be proficient at. First, the GBVIMS tools and technical support. The GBVIMS coordinator should be proficient in the use of the tools and provide technical support to organizations who need support. The coordinator also organizes training for new and existing partners and ensures that organizations use the tools correctly. The tools are adapted by the coordinator when all users agree to the changes and they share the adapted tools to all focal points. The coordinator can also do quality checks of the tools to ensure their proper use and support organizations in analyzing their data. Second, responding to data requests. The coordinator will receive data requests from external actors not approved in the information sharing protocol. The requests should be vetted through the coordinator, who shares the requests with the focal points to get their feedback on data sharing. This can be done by email or follow-up by phone calls. The coordinator also ensures that the information sharing protocol is respected and provides support on its successful implementation. Third, reporting and coordinating meetings. The coordinator consolidates the reports shared by the organizations and shares the compiled consolidated data back with an analysis of the trends and with recommendations. This process should involve the data gathering organizations. The types of report will be agreed on, but they can be monthly, quarterly, biannually, and/or annual reports. The coordinator chairs the working group meetings and takes and shares meeting notes with the focal points. It is recommended that the coordinator has a GBV background. It's an added value if they also have an information management background, although it's not a requirement. Preferably, the GBVIMS coordinator should be a national staff to promote the sustainability of the GBVIMS coordination. What makes a great GBVIMS coordinator? A good coordinator communicates with all actors in a timely manner and involves the actors in all decisions regarding the GBVIMS. When requests for receiving data come in, from external actors, the request is shared as stipulated in the information sharing protocol with the actors to get their approval on sharing the information. There always has to be a consensus on the way GBVIMS data is shared both internally and externally. These agreements are stipulated in the information sharing protocol. The coordinator ensures that the protocol is respected by all parties. The coordinator is there to foster trust among the actors and to work together on prevention and response activities to GBV. There are several essential skills that makes a great coordinator. Impartiality or neutrality, they protect the interest of the GBVIMS first instead of advocating for or representing any particular member in the rollout. UN or NGOs, each one has a voice that is heard and represented by the coordinator. They seek to understand all perspectives, particularly the data gathering organization. They look for opportunities for compromise and disagreement. They communicate clearly. They confirm, reconfirm, and reconfirm any sharing of data with all actors before sharing. They respect and know the process outlined in the information sharing protocol, which is their go-to reference document. They know the ins and outs of good data management practice outlined in the WHO guidelines that they could recite at moment's notice and know their application. They're trained and proficient on all aspects of the GBVIMS tools, database, information sharing protocol, and are comfortable asking for help when they need more training. They know the process is as important as any product. If they make a mistake or even a breach, they recognize it and use it as a learning opportunity, a way to revise and rebuild the information sharing protocol into something stronger. Their allegiance is to the best practices for client confidentiality and good data management practices. Having a GBV coordinator is something we highly recommend. It contributes to the system's sustainability and can help build trust. Coordination can be done by more than one agency. UNHCR and UNFPA are co-coordinating in some contexts because of the mixed population, refugees and non-refugees. They agree on consolidation, analysis, and sharing modalities with the NGOs. This is the case in Iraq, that faces a mixed emergency to respond to the situation of both refugees and IDPs. In Niger, there was a successful rollout because it started small, with few actors in few areas, and scaled up once the tools were well understood and used by the partners. They have regular meetings agreeing on joint activities. In Nigeria and Lebanon, they have regional or state-level meetings to discuss consolidated data, as well as national meetings to better respond to GBV in their coverage area. As always, be responsible with your data and learn more at gbvims.com. Thank you for watching this video short.